What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Yeah. Pimps, players, and Macks have women invest in them. And the key word is invest in them. You know, basically the women giving up the money or the time, the material, making them a plate, stuff like that. And this don't say you gotta, let me be clear, this ain't saying go out and be a pimp or a player or a Mac. But use, what you can do is always learn from what they're doing and do the same thing and what they're really doing. Like, most pimps ain't putting their hands on a woman. If they can't get the woman, like, mentally, they don't mess with her. So let me be clear on that, because I know somebody, they'll see the title and come on and say a whole bunch of shit, give 3 or 4 paragraphs, I ain't even listen to it. I get a lot of that. I can't stand that. That's one thing. If you're going to listen to what I say, or you're going to respond, at least listen to the whole thing, okay? Because you get some people, you get too many males who react emotionally to, like, just a title. Nah, listen to the whole thing. Now, if I'm saying pimps, Macks, or players, because what's it recognized? In today's world, they get women. They get women. Pimps get women working for them. Players get women to give up sex. And Macks, shit, they just get it. They just get it. You know, you can use a thorough man with them. So, but the thing is, they had the women invest in them. Because, see, here's a problem. Here's a major issue. Many men will spend all this money on women, but they don't really get much. They really don't get much. Because you get some guys, they'll buy women like gifts and take them out to fancy restaurants and all of that. Don't be getting shit. Meanwhile, the pimp ain't doing that. The pimp got women working for him. The Mac and the player, now that woman got to show something. She got to invest something. She got to do something. Even if it's not money, she got to do something. She got to make him a plate, something. She got to do something to seduce him. Now, I want you to think about the difference there. The men who ain't having trouble with women got more women than they know what to do with. The women investing in them. Meanwhile, guys out here who are spending money on women like crazy, you know, buying them all this stuff, trying to figure out why they get put in the friend zone or the nice guy zone or something, and they can't figure out why, but it's why. Because they spending money on a woman. First of all, they spending money on a woman who hasn't chosen them. And when I say chosen, it goes beyond like choosing signals or some shit like that. When I say chosen, the woman wants to be with them. Remember one of my videos, one of my top selling videos, you always get some woman, right? Or some guys, they'll spend all this money on a woman and stuff and wondering why they not getting, you know, what they can out of the woman. Or the woman ain't really showing an interest. And they be investing, giving money and all of that. Even in cases where you get a gold digger, she don't got real respect for that man. Or you get sex workers or acculturated prostitutes, or as the Honorable Pimp guy would call them, acceptable hoes. You know, the man spending all this money, the women don't respect them. Yet you get some guys saying, I ain't spending no money. Women be bringing them food, learning how to cook to bring them something. In fact, those women, they'll go out with that guy who spent all that money, go to some fancy restaurant, and you notice the woman she don't really want to eat that much. She don't eat that much. She'll get a doggy bag, big old doggy bag, take it home to that guy, that player who ain't spending shit. And he'll look at her too. In fact, she'll even call him cheap too. She said, he cheap and all of that. He's like, okay, well, we won't go out then. He don't give a fuck. She got to do something. She got to invest something. And for some guys who think, well, you know, maybe time, you call time money, they invest their time. Because they'll do the work. They will do the work to try to seduce. See, that's the difference, though. See, one of the things is, and I was about to get into this earlier, that woman got to want you. When that woman choosing you, she got to want you. only deal with, say, a pimp, Mac, and a player tell you that shit. They say only deal with the woman that shows she wants you. Because you got a lot of guys out there, why they spending the money? Well, one, they think they have to spend money. Two, they are really trying to convince the woman to like them. Nah, they disrespect you. Because a woman knows if she like a man, she don't need nothing for him. Shit, she trying to seduce him, and they know that. They know that. They ain't shit. If they know if they really want a man, they want to go make that plate. Shit, they know they'll spend money. Shit, they'll pay half. They'll take the guy out. Shit, some will work for the guy, whatever. You know, you get some women and you get some guys, they buying him clothes and shit, getting him gifts and all of that, spending a lot of money. They investing. And that's how you want to be when you're dealing with these women. Because I'm going to just be real. Now, somebody might argue against that and shit, but how many men have said they've actually won a woman over by spending a whole bunch of money? At best, they get a woman who, you know, she might marry him or some shit. And they look good on the arm, but let that guy double back home. Oh, yeah! Y'all know I ain't did this in a while. Hey, Joe Roughneck, here it come. Yeah, let him double back home one day. All of a sudden, some man tearing his woman up. Some dude don't got half the amount of money he got, and the guy gonna look back at him and be like, my bad. This you, man? Oh, man. Y'all know how it go. But the my bad man, the woman probably invested in him. In fact, I've known some women, they'll take money from one guy. He giving them money thinking he buying them something. Thinking, well, you get your hair done and all of that, right? Get your hair done, right? Give her like $500, get her hair done. She knows she'll get the hair done for $99.99 for somewhere. Might give a tip. Then give the rest of it to her guy. Buy him some like shoes or something. Shit. Take some of the other money she saved up, buy that guy some Jordans or some shit. Shit. Because if you look at those guys who got multiple women, they ain't spending. First of all, man ain't spending money on all 5 of those women. Shit, he getting money from them. He getting shit from them. Yeah, he might be driving their car. They doing the investing. They doing the investing in shit. And I ain't saying, like I said earlier before somebody, like, they saw the title and shit. I ain't saying the dude got to be, like, on some pimp shit. You got to halfway be born into that life. Shit. Or some Mac shit or even some player shit. You could be just a guy who, you know, you just a regular dude. You just want that one woman to build with and shit. Okay. Is she investing there? Like, say you a guy, you just want a woman just to build with. Is she investing? And when I mean investing, is she investing her time to help you build? What's she investing? What's she doing? What's she saying? How's she helping? That's investment. It's not even about money. Hey, I ain't gonna hate on some dude getting some money out of some woman doing some low-key gigolo shit. But what is she investing? Is she investing her time at the least? Is she going out her way to help you out? And that's some shit you gotta look at. That's some shit. What is she doing? Like, what is she doing to win you over? Because, like I said, you get a lot of guys, they really spending the money and shit because they trying to convince the woman. And then getting mad when they don't convince her. Doing some nice shit for her. Man, women don't go for that shit. I wish they did. Shit, I'd be talking about my science fiction book I'm writing now. Hell, I'd be in a totally different business or something. But see, you get a lot of guys out there, they want to spend money on a woman who, one, they ain't interested in them. They trying to convince her to like them. Yeah, and then they be wondering, it's like, well, I spent all this money on her. No, you couldn't buy her, motherfucker. Only women that work with are acculturated prostitutes. But if a woman, she is not an acculturated prostitute, you can't win her over with money. It's just that simple. The goody girls, they just ain't gonna fuck with you. They just say, hold up. You don't have to spend that money. I ain't interested. They'll just tell you. They'll just tell you, like the serious women, seriously goody girls will tell you that shit. Now, there's also, too, and I got to mention, there are some women, they'll let you spend money on them, but they still ain't going to get you, know. They'll be like, well, I don't do that. I got to get to know you and shit. You be like, what the fuck? Yeah. And you be all in that fucked up position and shit. But she not investing. Like, if that woman ain't investing something in you, don't fuck with her. Because a woman who like you, like I said, it could be money, time, whatever. She make you a plate. Like, I'm going to tell you what. This old school player said that shit. She said, shit, women take out time to make you some food. If they can't even make you some food, what the fuck? Don't mess with them. And I'm dead serious. What is she doing for you? It should come for that. It's like, seriously. Because you get, and trust me, I know some women don't want to hear this, because that's a game women be running on some men. Knowing they don't like the guy, but the guy think he going to convince her or some shit. He going to use that money or try to impress her with his money and his position. Man, look, I'm going to tell you something now. Now, I'm famous for saying the game ain't changed, but see, I looked at the deeper game back in the day. I looked at the sex game. But you talk about that surface game, that social game. Women don't go for a man's money. First of all, a lot of these women got their own money. They don't go for a man's money unless, like, there was a time they had to go for a man's money because they couldn't get college degrees that themselves. I read somewhere, like, in the 50s and stuff, only 7% of women even had college degrees. There weren't a lot of women in college or making money like that. Shit, fast forward to nowadays, shit, they outnumbering men in college. They getting their money. They getting their jobs. They got their money. So they ain't looking at a man just because he's willing to take care of them. Only the poor women. Seriously. Any man still have that attitude, they need to come up. Now the sex thing, even back then, they would still mess with that dude hopping over the back fence, but that's another conversation. That's another conversation. Now that hasn't changed. They just more open about the shit now. Who they gonna have sex with. But see, now, getting down to now, though, man just having money, they ain't working with women. You gotta make them do something. They gotta do something. They gotta have some task. They gotta do something to try to win you over. To try to convince you. And that's just their nature. That's really their nature. If a woman feeling somebody, she will give without thinking about it. But if a woman isn't if a woman isn't really thinking in terms of what she can give you, what she can do for you. And like I said, it could be just as simple as making a plate, taking out time, making a plate for you. She ain't feeling you. You just move on. Now, if you think you're going to convince a woman with your money or something, that shit don't work. I don't know why guys keep pushing that shit. You know? I don't know why guys keep pushing that shit. That shit don't work like it used to. See, because I'm looking at the men who are normally successful with women, and they don't be pushing that shit. And like I said, you don't have to, I'm going to say it for a third time, you don't have to be like those guys. You don't have to be like them at all. But you can learn what they're doing. They creating themselves, they making themselves they make themselves attractive to the point the women want to get them. And see, that's something overall. Let me get into that. Let me really get into that. Women these days are free to go for who they want in a man. That's the whole thing. They don't have to settle for some guy just because he paying something or something like that. They don't have to do that. They had to do that at one point. They don't have to do that anymore. Shit. They don't have to do that shit at all anymore. They can go for whoever they want now. You know? What the fuck? That was a quick ass. God damn, that was a quick read. Anyway. Yeah, they don't have to go for just like whatever guy show he liked them and all that shit. Get off of that, man. You know, it's funny, you get a lot of young motherfuckers like, well, it's different now. Well, I'm telling you exactly what it is now, motherfucker. Shit, I'm still out here. Shit. It's usually some motherfuckers ain't listen to me thoroughly, or they watch 1 minute of a video, see a title, and ain't like really check out what I'm actually saying. But yeah, women they don't have to just settle for a man anymore. That's been I've been saying that. Women free to go for whoever they want. That's why a lot of guys are finding out they non-select. That's the biggest problem in the relationships now. Women don't have to settle for. They'll settle for a guy, but they don't have to settle for a guy. Because even the guys they settle for might be select. Yeah. Yeah, it's that deep, y'all. It's that deep. Yeah. So women, you know, they don't have to like put up just because some guy pays some money or something, invest in them, unless they plan on using a man. And you got plenty of women, they'll use a man, they'll play right, they'll take advantage of that man thinking he got to win them over or some shit. Shit, you got women who, you know, they can have all the money in the world and stuff. They can be making 6 figures, but they know some bam are going to take them out and spend a whole bunch of money with them. And then, you know, after they done been to about 10 restaurants and the motherfucker looking for some pussy, then like, you know, the woman going to be like, oh, well, you know, I just see you as a friend. Oh, man. Hey, it is what it is, fellas. It is what it is. But you want to think in terms, okay, what's she doing for you? What's she doing for you? And if she ain't doing anything for you, if she ain't making you a plate, making you some food, doing something nice for you, you need to be like, nah, that's all right, sweetie. Nah, don't mess with her. Don't chase her. In fact, unless a woman shows she got some real interest in her, don't worry about her. 4 billion women in the world, man. You can find, all you have to do is all you have to do is hit the gym. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect. Just, you know, look like you do something. You know, fix yourself up and then see which women like it. It's really easy as hell. You know? It's really easy as hell. That's all you had to do. You know, and the pimps, Macks, and players, they've shown it. Because, like I said, you get some guys that hate them, but sit back and say, okay, what they doing that you're not doing? You know, don't get mad at them and shit, you know? Don't get mad at them. In fact, it's either today or tomorrow. I'll talk about that on my Patreon. Don't get mad at the men doing what they doing with the women. Figure out what it is they doing and see what you can do. You know? And one of the main things is the women will invest in them. That's because the women trying to get with them. The women trying to convince them. And everything. Because women, when they want a man, they will try to seduce him. I mean, it's just it. They're going to do something. They're going to do something. And you just got to figure out what it is that they're doing. You know, that's the shit. Because if a woman is not interested in a man at all, she ain't going to do shit. She'll receive shit all day. Well, she'll take all your gifts. She'll take your money. She'll do that all day. And then some women, you know, you get a group of women, if they got like a group of men trying to go for them, they sit around with their girlfriends, be laughing and shit. Be laughing. This dude doing everything and shit. Even back in the day with speakerphones and shit, the women be real quiet, be listening to the guy spit his rap. They be laughing at him. So, you know, they doing that with their phones now. Or they share that text. You'd be texting them all those sweet nothings and shit. They ain't really feeling you. They send it to their girlfriends. Shit, that's something I need to talk about. Well, I'll talk about it right now real quick. A lot of men are just entertainment for women. You be chasing some women you don't want. You entertainment. So, that's my lesson for today. What is she doing? What is she doing to try to get with you? What's she doing nice? She giving you something? She making some food for you? She buying you some little shit, giving you some little gifts? She taking out at least some time? At least, I'm saying at a minimum. She taking out some of her time to get with you. I'm saying at a minimum. At a minimum. I'm saying at a minimum and shit. Let me check something. Let's take that a little while. Checking my oil and shit. But you want that woman to invest in you one way or the other. Kelly got this dog. Just real quick, dogs, I don't care what the dog is, what the breed, they know to stick their head out the window and shit. I can see them coming from the spirit world and stuff before they about to be born, be one of like 9 pups and shit. The dog up there say, oh yeah, and be sure and stick your head out the window. Oh man. Anyway, so basically, all the fellas out there, when you dealing with that woman, that's the thing when you dealing with her, ask yourself, are you trying to win her over or is she trying to win you over? And even when you approach that woman, because usually when you approach that woman, see, some guys, they think, well, I ain't going to approach her. You still got to approach. But then after that, what is she doing? After that, what is she doing? Because you get some women, they be on that trying to act cool and shit, but then you found out that woman was working hard to get you to approach anyway. She was clocking your ass any goddamn way. So it's like, well, damn, she doing something at least. So, yeah. But anyway, go ahead, get this vittles and everything. You know how I do. There you go. Anyway, we ain't get something to eat real quick. So anyway, yo, you want that woman to invest in you. If that can happen, learn from the pimps, Macks, and players. You get women to invest in them and stuff. Not the other way around. It really ain't. It's not even just about, like I said, bigger than choosing signals. What's that woman investing? And like at a minimum, it needs to be, she need to be giving you her time, all right? So anyway, y'all, that's all I got. Gotta get off of here, do some stuff. I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.